We're green at Texas Motor Speedway. Degrees as we go green. Only the second time this year we've been below 60 as the green goes in the air. Bell slides in front of his teammate and takes the top spot.
And that temperature is a big deal because these cars love cool temperatures. The tires love cool temperatures, and there's always, oh, we've got one spinner.
Already a spinner. That's the 51 of Jeremy Clements.
Once you get in here, splitter's good. Splitter's good.
Well, the first start, I thought that Christopher Bell and Brandon Jones had it worked out to where Bell would come down to the bottom. That one, it looked like they were going to race a little bit, and one thing I saw there was Christopher Bell stayed up a little bit longer. They're going to realize that turns 1 and 2 has more grip in that PJ1 than what it did yesterday in practice. So I would say that the top groove could become the preferred groove on the restarts as we go into the day and they really start racing hard into turn 1.
And I know somebody that'll test it out real quick, and that's that 2 car, Tyler Reddick. He'll get up there as fast as he can.
And here's Kyle Busch on the radio.
Started out a little bit loose with the back everywhere, all the way through the corner of both ends. Kind of trended that way a little bit, and then it finally got the back underneath it, and it's been a little stuck spin. The stuck spin I have right now is not bad. You can stand to turn the center of both ends a little bit better, but I need the rear grip on the front side.
And this place has such high speed at the beginning of a run. When you have to run the tire pressures low in order to make the car keep going, they're really, really hard to drive because of the fact that the tires are low. And the car just doesn't have as much grip. And believe it or not, this place has a lot of bumps through 3 and 4 where you make a lot of speed and it gets to going up and down. And it's just a really, really handful as you go through 3 and 4 because of the fact that the tires are low and the car is moving around.
And what Kevin said, and you really don't realize how rough this track is in 3 and 4 because everybody sees that it's paved and new. It doesn't always mean the case that it's not rough, and getting that balance with a splitter going through 3 and 4 can be really tough.
2 laps to go on the stage, so they've closed pit road. And we saw a moment ago that race leader Christopher Bell went around Jeremy Clements, putting him a lap down. But he'll likely get the free pass. We got 18 cars on the lead lap right now as we pick up Bell. We'll have 1 lap remaining to a stage victory when he comes off of turn 4. And the final position to gain points in our first stage. Noah Gragson around Michael Annett there. Just in front, John Hunter Nemechek. And in our scoring pylon, those drivers highlighted, the ones that would qualify right now to run for the $100,000 bonus via the Dash for Cash next weekend at Bristol.
Noah Gregson's really loose car has found that traction compound and starting to make some good time.
4th stage win of the year for Christopher Bell. He swept at Atlanta, first 1.5 mile race of 2019, and he leads every lap in our opening stanza today. Restart as we complete lap 18 in our second stage.
Algar's still steady making his way to the front right now. His car is really fast at this moment in time.
And he's being very, very aggressive with being right on guys' bumpers, trying to make that work while he's got that advantage.
Interesting, he's racing Cole Custer, Tyler Reddick, because those are 3 that I think final stage long run could be a real factor.
Wow.
And Keselowski goes around it into the wall.
Back damage, guys. The back's into the wall. It's not good, but I don't know if it's fatal. Or bring it to us. We'll take a look. Guy below me spun out.
Was running 11th at the time. It's our 4th caution of the day.
I'm going to say that one's going to have a struggle to finish the race competitively. But he said the guy got loose underneath him. I'm interested to see what happened down in turn 1 and 2.
It's his teammate there, Austin Cindric, Kaz Grala, that mix. So is the 11 of Justin Haley.
Yeah, and it looks like the 11 kind of got there too soon and may have just touched the line, and you see that as he tries to come back up and unload the wheel, it unloads the car, and he just got loose.
3 laps to go.
Show out front, 1 back, 11. Go outside, up a group, bumper, still there, bumper. Quarter, clear, 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 2 back.
Sieg jumps out front.
Pull away.
Well, and that's exactly what I was talking about. If that 4 could hold up the 18 and he could get clear, he's bought himself a little bit of time right here. And we see Kyle struggling a little bit in that top lane. It's got to be from the front tires not gripping in that traction compound.
Yep.
I said he likely won't win the stage. Did I sell him short here? 2 to go.
I think you did, man. I'm really pumped about this, seeing Ryan Sieg out front here with 2 to go. He can carry this bonus point into the playoffs if he's able to hold on to this lead.
Great call by crew chief Shane Wilson as you see the 7 of Justin Allgaier get out of shape, racing the 00 of Cole Custer.
And you see so many cars that are just out of control right now as we're on this restart. A lot of loose cars, a lot of tight cars, a lot of things happening on the restart from a handling perspective.
Christopher Bell won our first stage from the pole. Stage 2 looks like it's going to go to Ryan Sieg, who has never won a stage in his Xfinity career. This is really fun to watch, and Ross Chastain hanging on to second.
Battling hard.
Chastain has competed in every NASCAR event this year. Gander Outdoors Truck Series, Xfinity, and Monster Energy NASCAR Cup. He's going to be second in stage number 2 to Ryan Sieg, who sees the green and white checkered flag. Here we go, final stage at Texas. Bell taking advantage.
Back to 2, still inside.
Incredible dive to the inside for driver 20, who's back to the lead.
3-2.
How about the draft right there on the backstretch? It was huge. Running side by side, that third guy, he had a big advantage.
Yeah, and Kyle was able to get to Reddick's bumper, and then all of a sudden that huge draft took effect, and he just rode it all the way into turn 3, and those guys had no choice but to let off a little bit.
Yeah.
There's the 9 of Noah Gragson making up positions and getting one here from his teammate Jeb Burton. And Jeb may be back to 9th, but I want to go back to what this team has accomplished this year. I said it, 5 different drivers in 6 races, and only 1 time have they been outside the top 10, and that's when Zane Smith got caught up in an accident. I think they've overachieved in the early portion of the year.
Well, I don't think Jeb Burton can walk out of here with anything but positive thoughts after the way that things have gone this weekend. I don't care how the rest of the race.
Oh, look out. Justin Allgaier, another one of the junior motorsports cars, around through the grass, and the caution is out for the 7th time today.
All right, keep rolling here.
He was 6th
Watch the road speed here.
when it got away from him.
I think the last time we saw him, he was racing tight with Cole Custer.
Outside of him, green car 08, that's Greg Alding. Could that be wind related at all, coming off of turn 4 where you pick up that tailwind?
I think that was just a situation where Justin Allgaier was underneath the lap car, got loose, and as he was getting loose, Cole got closer and he just continued to get looser. But the amazing part to me right there is not one car touched each other. They were really, really close to each other, but I don't think anybody touched anybody. That was all the air.
Roll to him. Draw off now, draw off. Make him chase. Outside tight door. Quarter. still just you two, quarter clear, clear, roll, 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 one back.
It took a while, but Reddick finally cleared him, and now Kyle Busch going after Christopher Bell for second. Trouble! It's the 19 of Brandon Jones and the 00 of Cole Custer. Eighth caution of the day.
Hold up there, coming under you. Coming under you. You okay? I'm all good. You okay, bud? Lost it under him. Yeah, it's a product of this deal. He was really tight on you. I got stuff coming to you there. Don't worry about trying to get out until they get there.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that on these restarts today.
Well, it's not over yet. And you know,
right.
I think as we get closer to the end of these races, there's going to be less give, and I think this is a product of what can happen on the bottom, because the cars, like you know, Jamie was talking coming back from the break there, they get edgy, and when they go, they're gone. And you know, it's really hard to race underneath guys because of the fact that it's edgier than it normally is because the air comes off the car. Oh, he's sideways already. That happened way earlier in the corner. Yeah, and this is, like Austin talked earlier, this is a very interesting entrance into the corner, and sometimes when you turn the car off in there, the entry's so flat that you lose the back almost off as you turn off the wall, all the way down to the center of the corner, and when there's a car out there, you just wind up being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Well, it all came down to the launch.
Yes,
and
it did.
The 18 launched better than the 2.
All right, 5 clear left. Goodbye, 5.
Yeah, he was shot out of a cannon. 5 remaining for Kyle Busch.
Take your marks now.
I promise you, Reddick's not going to go away, though. And Reddick moving up, trying to find that speed and grip.
Might still get
Contact.
another shot at this.
Kaz Gralla in the wall. No caution yet. Before remaining this time around.
Ooh.
Josh Bilicki in the 93.
Evasive maneuver.
Oh, yeah. Tough ending to the day for Kaz Gralla, who was 6th.
Yeah, that traction compound kind of lures you into trying to stay in the gas, and all of a sudden you kind of get out of the sticky part of the traction compound and it loses the nose, and I think that's probably what happened to Kaz right there. Well, we talked earlier about details and doing the little things right. And I know a lot of people wonder why Kyle Busch wins a lot of races that he shouldn't win, and it comes down to the details. And this boiled down to what he did on pit road and putting himself in a position to be the leader on the restart. And what he did on pit road put him in that position, and then he did the details of launching on that restart and getting ahead of the guy on the outside of him and not having anything but clean track in front of him now.
You're exactly right. It always comes down to the details. You saw it on pit road. He maximized his pit road speed. They used the least amount of time on pit road and was able to get the clean air he needed, and the launch was great.
This is his 14th NASCAR start of the year. It would be his 9th victory. White flag is out. 1 lap to go.
Well, he's not just your average driver, Adam. I can tell you that. He's one of the greatest that's ever sat in the seat.
And tomorrow he'll try to sweep the weekend
Still 10 back. Remember the checkers.
for the 3rd time when it comes to winning at all 3 series. Did it twice at Bristol. Won last night in the Gander Outdoors Truck Series race. And as he comes off turn 4, he's going to get his 95th career win in the Xfinity Series. Kyle Busch does it at Texas.
The big grin for Kyle. Kyle, 95 times now you've pulled into victory lane in the Xfinity Series. This one took a lot of work, though. What did you have to do to finally get this car out front at the end of that race?
Well, not taking any tires was certainly a help. We jumped the field there, and I was worried about the restart. I just didn't think there was going to be enough grip, but this car certainly had enough grip in it. So can't thank IK9, the First Foundation. This Toyota Supra was awesome today. It was really fast on the long run. I could just never get people away from me on the front side of the run to just settle into my rhythm, settle into my run, and to be able to go. Every time I got to the outside, people would just drive by me on the bottom, and then I'd get to the inside, and then somebody would bust it on the outside on me and make me loose, you know. So we were just all over the place. But certainly a fast race car once I could get rolling. But overall, Christopher Bell ran a great race. He should have won this thing today. But I want to thank the fans, everybody, for coming out and supporting the Xfinity Series and what we do here. And thank Monster Energy, Cessna, DVX Eyewear, and Black Clover.